It's Friday. I'm pretty sure it's Friday. Friday. And Friday means, what did I watch this weekend? Movies. Well, I watched a few, other than being a very busy week here.
No more adventures. I'm not going that way.
So I'm going to talk about the movies I watched this week. And before I do that, I just wanted to see if everybody had a very Merry Christmas. I know I did. I had lobster Christmas Eve. I had turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie and apple pie and dream whip, and I had eggnog with a little rum in it. That's the best kind you can have, little rum and eggnog. Can't drink too many of those. It's not healthy. But if you only do it once a year, it's not too bad. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed their holidays. Hope most people got what they wanted for Christmas. And Santa Claus is good to everyone. And I'll just wish everybody had a great time. Anyway, let's talk about the movies I watched this week.
I am C-3PO, human-cyborg relations.
Start off the easy one. This one. Vahalla Rising. What's this from? I don't know, a few years ago. 2008, something like that. I could be wrong. But this stars, what's his name? Mads Mikkelsen? He's locked up in a cell or some kind of a cell, I guess. Bars. Looks like you could put a dog in it. Anyway, they let him out, and there's bets being made with money and stuff, and he fights other people, and most of the, like, they fight against each other, and they pick up rocks and with swords or knives or whatever and get their hands on, smash each other's brains in. But he wins. Then it leads on to the fact where he meets up with some other people, and he goes off on a boat ride, like a ride, get on a boat with them, and they go to another land, and one thing leads to another. He kills some of them because they want to kill him, and a lot of this stuff I never understood what the hell's going on in this movie. It's one of those movies, you gotta, I don't know, follow very closely, put it that way. So, I don't know, it was a little boring, so I didn't really like it. So, it's up to you if you ever want to watch it, come across it. It's not that, I didn't like it. I wasn't crazy over it, so I only gave it a 6 out of 10. I just didn't like it. I thought there could be more to it when I started watching it and get interesting, but total bottom line is a 6 out of 10. I didn't like it, so I don't even know if I'm going to keep it. I might give it away or throw it down the freaking garbage dumpster there in the hallway. Anyway, here's another one. This one totally different. This movie here. This is The Little Shop. Oh, sorry, The Shop Around the Corner. Everybody knows this one. Come on. Jimmy Stewart, right? Margaret Sullivan. In their third of their 4 screen pairings, Margaret Sullivan and James Stewart engage in retail romance wrapped in the ribbon of director Ernest Lubitsch's trademark tough of wit and charm. They play bickering store clerks who are knowingly secret pen pals. Your patronage will be cheerfully rewarded when you watch this enchanting tale. It's a fun movie. Nice little Christmas movie. I like it. Everybody likes this one. Yeah, they both work in they're in Budapest. Budapest? Budapest. There's a store there, Christmas, people go in the store and buy stuff, and she's looking for a job. So they say no to her, but she cons her way into the old guy giving her a job, the owner of the store. So she's there, and these two bicker all the way through the movie. and they each talk about the other person, you know, the other one having a date going someplace, and they have to leave their store, so they can't be there working on Christmas Eve or before Christmas, setting up things and doing windows, because they both got to leave to go see somebody at their, you know, restaurant, meet each other. So one thing leads to another, and so they're always bickering and fighting and stuff. But it's a good movie. What would I give it? I'd give it a good 7 out of 10. It's a very likable movie. If you haven't seen The Shop Around the Corner, watch it. 7 out of a 10. It's alright, it's quite alright.
Oh my, I'd forgotten how much I hate space travel.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, so the other movies are basically TCM and Crave TV, which is Rogers, and they now call it Crave TV. Something like that or whatever. But anyway, I've been watching some of that stuff, catching up on some things that I recorded and whatever. So let's talk about that. So let's see, this one's on TCM, and this one's called Since You've Been Gone. This is about a 3-hour movie. I never realized it until I started watching it. Started around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's starting to get dark out, and I'm thinking, whoa. And I wasn't paying attention, and all of a sudden it's like almost 5 o'clock, and I'm sitting there going, whoa, that's a long movie. Anyway, Since You've Been Gone, I think it's 1943, 44, 43, 44, something like that. And it stars Jennifer Jones, Claudette Colbert, I think her name's Colbert, and Joseph Cotton, and Shirley Temple, which Shirley Temple's probably around 15, 16 here. They all do. It's a wonderful movie. I liked it. I right off the snapper, I'm going to give it an 8. I've never seen it before. First time I've seen it. I really enjoyed it. It's a story of a family. You know, the dad goes off to war. Of course, the mom's home, and you know, things are, you know, hard to get, and they're doing paper drives and tire drives, and you know, one girl meets a young soldier, and she starts going out with him, and you know, going to have milkshakes and walks and stuff, and it was a very good movie. And they rent a room to a colonel, or I guess a retired colonel, and he's in there, and anyway, I could talk more about it, but like, you know, you don't want to make these videos all, you know, too long. But the movie itself, it's about a family, story of family, a mother, 2 daughters, right, in their house, and they, you know, like I said, they rent a room out to a colonel. But tragedy, as time goes by, and basically these movies, all war movies, you're bound to have a tragedy thing. So tragedy, it's a tragedy type of movie. Gets you all caught up in the moment. You get tears in your eyes. You get a little, you know, me, yeah, I'm easy like that. I get teary-eyed. Doesn't take much, people. But yeah, that's a good 8 out of 10. That was on TCM, you know. Right, Dave? I got to get my money's worth. Right, Dave? Dave, I like Dave. Okay, now let's move on to the other one. The Miracle Woman from 1931, starring Barbara Stanwyck. One of her first movies. Not 1930. I don't know what this one was. She didn't make too many movies by 1931, so this is probably number 3 or 4, if that. I haven't kept track, but 1931. Barbara Stanwyck. She's a dish. You gotta love Barbara Stanwyck. Anyway, it's a take on a person by the name of what's her name? Eva Jean Simple McPherson, which was a real person. It's a take on her. She was of evangelism. She was standing there preaching to people, right? And they all put money in the hat, pass the hat around, and anyway, you know, give her money and give it to church and praise God and Jesus and talk about everything well and away and stuff like that. And she ends up, you know, taking all these people for a ride, I guess, you know, but people fall for that stuff. So, you know, and then she had a guy that she kind of went with, right, and he was her manager, looking after her, doing all these things for her. Meanwhile, he was taking everybody's money, right, plus hers too, I think, in a roundabout way. But anyway, he wasn't a very nice person. So one thing leads to another, and this young gentleman that's blind, he was going to jump out the window or do himself harm, and he was listening to her on the radio, and he kind of changed his mind and stuff. Anything, fast forward a little bit, and then these two people, Barbara Stanwyck and this, I forget his name now, actor, they meet each other, and she goes and sees him all the time, and they have dinner and drink wine together and chat and stuff, you know. So, but the story gets a little nasty near the end and stuff like that, and things happen. And I'm not going to tell you, but, you know, I don't tell. Like I said, I keep repeating myself. I'm not going to tell you the end of the movie. But this is from 1931. Miracle Woman, Barbara Stanwyck. Gets a good 7. A good 7 out of 10. That's TCM. Let's see now. The other one is a TCM movie also. And it's called, excuse me, Lady in a Train. This girl's in a train. At the beginning of the movie, she's in a train, she's driving, being on the train, she's looking out the window, you know, half asleep, reading a book, you know, and then all of a sudden, she's looking up this, comes to a stop, and she's kind of looking out the window, and what does she see across this apartment, and looking inside, and she's noticing, paying attention, all of a sudden, this guy picks up a friggin' crowbar or something, whacks this other, you know, guy over the head, and anyway, so it's like, Dina Durbin, starring Dina Durbin. Dina Durbin didn't make too many movies. She probably started in 1936 or something with, what's her name, Judy Garland. Judy Garland, yeah, she was with her back then. And anyway, after this movie was made in, what was it, 45, I think. Not much longer after this, she stopped making movies. But anyway, yeah, she sees out the window, she sees somebody getting murdered, and she's on her way to approaching New York City's Grand Central Station, right? So she looks out there, and then as the movie progresses, she starts getting mixed up with the deceased person who was murdered. She comes across a few of those characters. She gets mixed up with them, and the whole family's a little bit on the nutty side, right? Like a little bit. So yeah, so that's a good movie there. So that's a 7 out of 10. And there's another one, talk about a stranger. A boy becomes obsessed with the idea that his unfriendly neighbor killed his dog. And that stars Billy Gray, which was later on he was in Fathers Knows Best. So, and stars George Murphy and Nancy Davis, which was Reagan, you know, Nancy Reagan. Yeah, and that's a good movie. That's a 7 out of 10. That's a TCM movie.
Where are you
also.
going now? You don't know what's out there.
And I watched Jumanji on Rogers, Crave TV. 4 teenagers find a video, you know, they get sent back in time. They get dropped off in the jungle, and they run around the jungle trying to find a way to get back home. That stars Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart and Jack Black. And I only give that a 7, so yeah, it's not bad. It's all right. Anyway, people, that's enough for movies. I'll talk to you next Friday. This couple more days from now will be New Year's, and everybody will be going out having a New Year's Eve party, staying home, or go out and get, you know, drinking, have a few beers, and dancing and stuff like that. So I hope everybody has a grand time for New Year's, no matter what you do. Even if you have to sit home and watch movies on New Year's. Do what you want to do in life. Hope for the best and give your wife a kiss. Love yous. Love yous all. Keep watching those movies. Talk to yous later.